Michael Myers, The Shape, the recolored William Shatner. He is one of cinema's biggest killers, up there with Jason Voorhees and drug overdose. So, all in all, pretty iconic character. It's kind of a shame that he has absolutely no character whatsoever. I know, only the hottest takes here in this show. But seriously, comparing him to other killers of the time, Michael is just boring. Take for instance Billy Lenz from Black Christmas.
It's me, Billy. Agnes, don't you tell what we did, Agnes.
A movie that predates Halloween by 4 years. Billy is all kinds of disturbing, has multiple personality disorder, and, well, it's just a horny dude living in an attic. Pretty relatable to a lot of guys if you ask me. We don't know anything about him other than a possible incestual relationship with his sister and maybe some abuse from his mother. But this is all speculation and no one is really sure what the fuck Billy's deal is. Now, Michael had something similar going on. He killed his sister in a scene that was lifted straight from Black Christmas, and we never knew why. Add that with Loomis telling him over and over again that he is pure evil, and you got a pretty sympathetic character since he could just be a dude who grew up to be what people told him he was gonna be. Or he was just some crazy, creepy murder man. We didn't know. Still, with the fact that Michael never opens his mouth makes him way less interesting than Billy or even Norman Bates. And I know some people say that him not saying anything coupled with the mask makes him more scary since the silence and lack of face makes him mysterious, and people are afraid of the unknown. And that's pretty valid. Unfortunately, when it comes to a tormentor, it's way more effective to have him get off to the suffering they're causing. That's why someone like Freddy Krueger is so effective, cause you're just a plaything to him. You know, like a one-night stand. So yeah, so far not so good for Michael, but hey, at least he's a powerful presence and the fact that he can't be killed, right? About that. When people compare Michael to someone like Jason, they usually like to compare how they're both indestructible and unstoppable. Thing is, Jason has a reason for being the way that he is. People constantly invade his territory to drink and fuck, so it makes sense why he would want to murder these teenagers. Michael doesn't really have that most of the time. It's not like people constantly invade his house and he has to kick them out. Michael's just a dick. Jason has a motive. A motive means a drive, and his drive is what makes him unstoppable. Michael has no motives other than an abstract because he's evil explanation. Huh. Where have I seen that before? Is he at least creative with how he kills people? Other than dunking someone under boiling water, Michael just stabs people. A lot. At least Jason used that shit around the camp to make things interesting. Michael's just a one-trick dog. I mean, for God's sake, he used a gun as a knife. And look, I'm not saying that you can't make a silent killer work. For example, something like It Follows does an excellent job creating a monster that never talks and is always after you, creating an absolute insane sense of dread and despair. Jason is the equivalent of a bullied kid who just wants to be left alone. But the people who show up on his home are basically the same type of people that got him killed. Michael isn't a character. He's just a force of nature that can't be stopped unless you have tits or no kung fu. He's just a dude with a mask that is abnormally resilient for no reason other than it evokes a fake feeling of dread for the characters and the audience. Halloween is the same as something like Mario. It's iconic and shaped the entertainment business forever. But saying it's more than it actually is kinda silly if you ask me. And that's that. Thank you all for watching. I know I'm pushing a lot of videos, but this is just to make up for the you-know-what. Tell me, what do you think of Michael? Do you like him? Dislike him? Who's your favorite horror slasher? Let me know down in the comments. Next time is a dub, and with all that said, this has been Serum Blaster, and I'll see you all next time.